I would love to, honestly. I I would probably die. Skunks are so cute. I want to pet one. There we go. Now my pressure's working. So yeah, this is a commission. I do art mostly. Games are like a side thing for me. Not much of a gamer myself, honestly. But when Spyro came out, I just had to play that. Like, I had to stream it. Yeah, I've heard. I think you mentioned it in the Spaces stream once. But I'm not really interested in having a pet. I had one when I was a kid, but not a skunk. It was a cat. I like cats. I just don't really want to, own a pet. That makes sense. Shrink that down a little bit. Yeah, that makes sense. I can game sometimes. I just don't really. I don't really get much from playing a game all day, you know? Other than like mindless, entertainment. But art is my job, so I gotta do that. I can't do games all day. So that's what I dedicated Spyro for. So that was like my whole 4 days of just me playing games all day. It was pretty nice. I enjoyed it. But pets. That makes sense. I don't think I can I don't really like the idea of having to take care of a pet, if that makes sense. I don't want the responsibility. Yeah. Well, basically people pay me to draw their character. So this is someone's character right here that I'm drawing. That's my job. If you are interested though, I do have commissions open. I can draw you a little icon or something. Icons are like 20 bucks. I need to work on these commissions that I took though, because December is coming up. Even though I have my December rent covered, I do want to have like November's rent covered at least by the end of this month. I mean, not November, December's rent. December? What month is this? This is November. Oh. This is November. I have December's rent, so January is what I want covered. There we go. I don't actually make a lot of money. I make like below minimum wage. I at least try to make $400 a month. That way I can cover rent and then have food. So that is how I make my Twitch thing. It only started recently. Finally got my first Twitch paycheck after like 54 days or so. So that was kind of painful, but hey. At least it's something, you know? Try to make these lines look okay. Okay, that one looks good. I just advertise my commissions on Twitter, and then people say, hey, I want a full body picture, or hey, I want an icon, or hey, I want 2 stickers, and then I'll draw them up, and well, they pay me first, and then I draw it up for them like a week or 2 later when I get to their commission. Yeah, I recently caught up on my commissions, so this is only a week old because I took a like 4 or 5 day break for Spyro. Yeah, I do have my art up on like Twitter, and I have it on for Affinity. There isn't really like an active place to put my art anymore, and making a website in this day and age isn't really worth it, you know? Plus, I don't know anything about like web design, but I'm thinking of like putting my art up on a website called Weasel. I haven't updated it in like since 2014 or 2015, so that's gonna be fun to update. But yeah, I've been thinking about it. Maybe they'll get people to start using that website a little bit more if I start posting on it. Oh yeah, I do. It's just I don't really update it recently. I need to. I'll actually write that down so I remember to do it, because I'm really bad at remembering stuff. Update Weasel, and then I'll probably like put my Weasel up on my Twitch. That way people can look that up later. Because right now, Twitter's the only way to look at my art publicly, you know. And I know not everyone uses Twitter. Thank you, Trag. Thank you, thank you. I can't get Spyro off of my mind. Now I just beat it, but like I almost want to replay it now, and it's like, ugh, no. Finally beat it. I want to get back to doing art. Hello, Sickfold. How you doing? But yeah, I need to draw Spyro more. I really do. I love Spyro. I've loved Spyro ever since first time I ever played one of the games back in 99 or 98. 99, I think 99. I don't know. I had like a hand-me-down PlayStation with a bundle of games, and Spyro 1 was one of them. That game came out in 98, I think. So I probably had it in 90. How you doing, Sick? No worries, Sick. We all get busy now and then. But yeah, doing sketches, I recommend it. I used to draw with the mouse, actually. I used to think I was pretty good at some point. It just depends on like the type of mouse you have and like how steady your hand is when you're drawing. Of course, all my old mouse drawings were really jagged and stuff, but you know, you kind of get used to it. It takes some skill getting used to the mouse. I've definitely lost that skill since I've been drawing with the tablet for so long. Oh, I would like that actually. Glad you like the music, Sick. It's 8-bit Toho music. There is a collaboration, like, art program. I can't remember what it's called, but it's pretty good. I used it once. I haven't used it since, but I wouldn't mind. I love that icon, Sigful. I actually have that exact same iTunes, the one right before iTunes 11. That's the one I'm using. I'm using iTunes 10.7. It's so good. The best iTunes before they made it turn to crap. That actually is considered art, though. Like, it doesn't always have to be drawing. Oh, someone smashed it. Oh. And what flood are you talking about? Oh man, oh, that sucks. Oh man, that's awful. That sounds like a freaking nightmare. Okay, that's good to hear. I would hate to lose stuff to a flood as well, everything being damaged by the water. Yeah, in that case, like, I guess if you're used to having floods, you probably have like stuff over like on top of like above typical water level, I guess. That makes sense. Oh, thank you. I don't know how to word that. I'm really bad with wording crap, I'm sorry. Oh, I see. Alright, have a good night, Sick. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good sleepy. Yeah, I don't sleep either. I just stay up till I suddenly wake up in my bed. I don't know how it happens. Right, I can start coloring this now. Thankfully it's a skunk, so there's only like 2 or 3 colors here. Alright, I'm gonna grab the character's exact fur colors. Do I like YouTube? I do use it. I don't really hate YouTube. Why do you ask? I follow some YouTubers. I don't really watch a whole lot on YouTube, but I still follow channels and stuff. I'll occasionally find stuff that I want to watch. I don't. Would you happen to know what they're hating about it? Because if so, I probably am not in the loop. Hey, Kuzan. Oh, well, in that case, yeah, it kind of is. YouTube is more becoming like, oh, what's that word? Like influencer? Apparently, I've never heard of that word before, but apparently, like just big YouTubers that have like a huge following and just making videos every day, like, you know, those kind of people that influence people. That's kind of like what YouTube's become now. It's not so much like, hey, I made this animation, I'm gonna share it on YouTube and get some people interested in my talent, you know? It's not so much that anymore. Oh, I was confused by why you said that, and I realized I have a turkey on my stream window. Alright. Confused there. Yeah, birds are basically dinosaurs. It's a thing. Just a normal white. I don't know if I have to add the goggles. The commissioner, when I gave him the little sketch, they didn't say anything about the goggles, so I'm assuming this one's a normal little skunk. Yeah. But yeah, they are right. It is hard to get started now, because before you used to be able to have like, oh boy, what was it? I forget the requirements, but I think it had something to do with your follower count. If you have like at least 100 followers, you could start making money. But now they changed to 1,000 followers plus a certain amount of views per month or something like that, or yearly, and then you can start making money again. Yeah, 1,000 followers. I have 700 something, but that's not a lot. That's not, or well, it is a lot, but it's not like, it doesn't meet the threshold anymore. And so that's why I kind of look towards like towards Twitch. And I started Twitch back in like December or January, and then I finally got monetization like in the end of May or beginning of June. So but yeah, I don't hate YouTube. I just don't really use it much, besides like checking here and there. Hey, this person I follow posted something a week ago. I think I'll watch it. At some point, YouTube became like my version of television. I was just watching YouTube stuff all day until there was nothing else to watch. I don't know why people are hating on Twitter so much. Twitter's just a social media platform. That's all it is. It all depends on who follows you and what your content is. So like, if you're always posting controversial opinions on Twitter, you're gonna get a lot of people hating you on Twitter, or you know, that political crowd. But if you're just like an artist or whatever, and you're just posting art and following other artists and just kind of filtering out the stuff that you don't really need in your feed, then things are fine, you know. Twitter is not bad. I like it. I don't really use it much anymore lately because I've just been doing so many streams, but it's pretty good. I don't really advertise myself on Twitter much anymore, like when I'm streaming. I know I should, but I did it during my Spyro streams because I was hyped for that. I was hyped for that since like April, but someday I'll go back to advertising my streams. I need to make like a little visual thing to post on there and be like, hey, doing a little stream. Why don't you come on by? Watch me stream. I wouldn't say that I'm famous, Kuzan. Well known, sure, but not famous. Definitely not famous. Yeah. I can be like, hey, I've got a Twitch. Follow me. Oh my Richard. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Sparkles, just don't get them in my eyes, please. I need them to see. Oh. Don't. Not my eyes. Not me, ohos. Yeah, brown skunks are really cute. They are super cute. I want to pet a skunk, regardless. But Choco skunks are really... Thank you, Tabby. That means so much. One day I'll be able to pet a skunk. Have you ever been to a skunk fair? I don't remember if you said so or not. Also, I'm coloring the eyes red real quick because I'm trying to make the eyes and the fur color slightly different. I want to make it a complete white for the eyes, whereas this fur is slightly yellowish. So, a little trick. There we go. Magic. Yeah, I get you, I get you. I remember I had fish as a kid. But yeah, once they died off, that's when we kind of stopped having fish. We had like babysitters. Like I had babysitters when I was a kid, and I think they tried changing the water on their own or something, and they ended up killing them. But that sucks, you know. Live near a skunk festival. Jelly. Alright, what kind of background do I want? don't think I've ever seen one in person. Maybe I have, but like, I've not pet one. Change these lines to pure black because I forgot that this is a skunk. So dark fur. Oh, no worries. I said wiener dogs. I've not met one in person. I've not pet one in person. They look cute. What color eyes? Green eyes. My roommates recently got a corgi. It was Monty, a little shorty, so cute. They have like freaking huge ears. It's crazy. Animals and music. That's good to know. Animals are pretty dang cute. Yeah, they got a corgi. Alright, no worries. I'll be here. Hey, this looks okay. Hopefully the commissioner likes it. Just gotta put my signature on it. Thank you. Oh geez, that's cold. 9 degrees only? Yeah. You're in the US, right? You said that it was is it Central Time? Jeez, it's 9 degrees where you are? Where are you even? It's too much. I would die. That's enough to kill the skunk. Oh god. Just the name of that state. That sounds cold. Ugh. Let's see, how cold is it here? I'm in Las Vegas, so... It is 51 degrees. And that is cold to me, so... Trade you... What? 9 degrees for 51? I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I would die. Just thinking about it makes me feel cold. I hate the cold too. Evil. I don't want it. I just say they, just so I don't accidentally misgender someone. So my art, I'm gonna be doing art for a bit. I'm gonna try and stream for like the rest of the night. So up until midnight my time. Alright, what's my next commission? So the next commission is a dragon. But I want to go ahead and finish the ones that I know are looking good. Ones that the commissioners have already approved. Yeah, this canine dude. Not like rude, but like I have dealt with people who just like, this was back when I first started streaming on Twitch, back when there was like community tabs or tags or whatever. I would get people come in here and be like, draw my character holding a balloon. I'm like, oh, okay, here are my prices, and they're like, I don't have money. I'm just like, oh, I can't really help there, sorry. This is how I make my money. Then they go, okay, bye, and leave. So, in that sense, yes, I have had rude people. But those are probably just kids, you know? They don't know anything. They don't know how to, like, properly ask for stuff, or, you know, don't have the money for things. I just kind of shrug it off. But yeah, I've been doing commissions since 2012. I want to say it was during my high school, my senior year in high school, or like right at the end of it, that I started doing commissions. Because I remember I had my laptop and it was busted. I think that was in 12th grade, so I started taking commissions for the first time to raise money for a new laptop. That was my first time ever doing commissions. Yeah, and like, you go, like, people like that also have to remember that art isn't like it's not cheap. It's a lot of work. Like back then, I could have charged whatever just because, you know, I was a crappy artist, but I've gotten better. So it's like, hey, I don't think my art's worth $10 for an icon anymore. I think it's worth $20 for an icon. Before it used to be $12 and $15 and $16, but now it's a flat 20. Just because, like, I don't like icons. They're really small, and I get a lot of them. but like it's not really worth it. It's only like $15 or $16 that I'm getting per icon, you know? That's just an example though. Yeah, it does take time. Especially if there's like a lot of people that commission you. Then you got like you gotta juggle like maybe your life stuff first, and then you gotta do people in the order that they paid. That way things are fair. You gotta do the sketches, you gotta make sure that the sketch looks good before you finalize it. Sometimes like I'll work on a sketch and like I don't get it right the first time, so I gotta come back and redo it entirely the second or third time that I look at it. That happens very often, but I've gotten better with being able to see my own mistakes. It just takes like a few days sometimes. Depends. You know what I mean. Alright, I do want to fix the eye though. And then once you get the sketch done, you also have like the lines, the colors, maybe like extra color detail depending on stuff. Yeah, art's fun. I do get burnt out on it sometimes, but I don't like spending like a week without doing something, you know? I gotta be productive. Otherwise, like, I feel rusty. Alright, no worries. Welcome back. Oh god, no. That put shivers down my neck. Ugh. Wet hair and no jacket? Are you insane? 9-degree weather! Holy crap. Ugh. Yeah, I guess it's true, but still. Getting all yawny now. Not ending this anytime soon, though. Yawns just happen. I'm trying to think of what game I should play next. I already started Star Force 3, so I'm going to be playing that for a while. But I'm trying to think of something to play, like later on. I was thinking of doing like the old Tomb Raider Game Boy Color game. I saw Alonzo play it once, and he was very clueless with it. I thought it was funny, but I want to play it now. I haven't played that game since probably 2009 or 2010. But I beat it a lot as a kid, because I didn't have any games growing up. I beat it like at least 4 times. I didn't see much either, but I did see that he was on like the first, like the second dungeon or something. He was trying to ask me for help, and I was like, I don't know. I can't really guide you. I have to play for myself to figure out where you are. It's not that hard though. It's a giant maze, that's for sure. Tomb Raider 2, the PS1 game? Yeah. I played a bit of that. Yeah, I don't remember how far I got exactly, but I do know I finished the Venice area, which is the second area. I finished China, Venice. I don't remember what's after that. I only played a little bit of the third game. I played the Greatest Hits demo that was on the Greatest Hits version of Tomb Raider 2 that I had as a kid. But yeah, it was like this little rocket facility or something, and I could never finish it. Like, the furthest I could get was like up onto this tower, and then I get like shot down by these guards, and then I die. Or I do this thing and press a button to turn on a rocket, and then the flames from the rocket would kill me. So it was very hard. Plus, I was playing it like the game's very dark, like visually, very dark. It's very hard to see in the corners, and the only way you can see is if you have like the flares. And so I had to like memorize where everything was while also playing it on a TV. And TVs, you know how they don't always show things correctly, so it's like I could just be like wandering in the dark and just not be able to see anything. I want to play the Greatest Hits version of Tomb Raider 2 just to play that demo, because I want to see how it looks. If I could like turn up the brightness on my computer screen to see it, you know. I really want to play it, but that'll come some other day. I haven't played a Tomb Raider game in a very long time. Yeah, it was very complicated. Tomb Raider games kind of spooked me too. I'd probably need a friend with me to help me so I'm not freaking out. Like, oh god, if I turn around this corner, this Velociraptor is gonna kill me. Yeah, I remember that. Tomb Raider 1 had all those dinosaurs. Spooky. I did eventually play some of Tomb Raider 1. I got like pretty far, but at that point I started using guides because I wanted to actually like progress through it. So I had to like use guides on like where to go. I was like, oh, that's where I got stuck. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't remember how far I got. I believe... I don't think I made it to the Egyptian tomb. But there was a place called Francis Folly or something like that. I know I beat that level. Like this Roman level. There was a Roman level. Or something. Greek, Roman, something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time. But that's what I stuck on as a kid. And eventually I passed it. Playing it back in 2013. But I never finished the game. I kind of just put it down and never picked it back up. So I kind of want to replay that, you know? That makes sense. I do know that currently on my PSP, because I was playing the game on my PSP in 2013, I'm stuck in some Egyptian level. The room has a giant sphinx, and there's this lever, and when I pull the lever, some demon hell from some like, I don't know, just spawns out of nowhere, but it's like some kind of demon that just flies, and I don't have a strong enough weapon to like kill it from where I'm standing, and if I can't really run away from it, so I don't know, just kind of stuck there. I don't remember where I'm supposed to be going because it's been years since I touched it, so that's where I stopped. Some kind of fucking demon flying at me. I don't eat it, no. Spooky. I don't like it. I'd hug it, yeah, but it seems to be one of those flesh-eating demons. I don't think hug will protect me against flesh eating. I don't want to eat it. It'll taste gross. It'll taste like sand and rotting flesh, maybe. This isn't Minecraft. We don't eat rotting flesh. You can pet this art. This art looks very fluffy. Also a bit sly. I'm gonna hold on to your wallet. I want this guy taking it. He's like, I know your credit card number. I think I should go get some food. Make some burritos. Something. I had pizza last night. The day before, one of my stream viewers ordered me a pizza. However, they didn't tell me that they ordered me a pizza, and my phone was charging in my room, so I completely missed the delivery. The person who was delivering called my phone several times, but I was not there to answer, and they never gave a refund. So I'm kind of upset about that. And I can't just call and say, hey, refund this, because I don't have the guy's credit card information. And I'm not the one that placed the order, so it's like... He said it was okay, but I still feel bad for it. I still feel really guilty, even though I know it's not my fault. Now, I told him, hey, if you're gonna order me something next time, please let me know. That way I can keep an eye on my phone and make sure I'm not missing any order details. Hey Vray, how you doing? You don't have to send me a pizza. I wasn't trying to tell that story to get a free pizza out of you. Talking about pizza. I am back. Drawing this sly-looking dog man. Oh, cool. Drawing is very fun. I like drawing for people. Yeah, drawing takes practice, but hey, at least you like what you've done recently. That's usually a big confidence booster. That helps me. I want to continue drawing. You know, besides getting paid for the art, that's also a big thing. I did some doodles for space recently. Let me get this guy's colors. Just heard something. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Wait a minute, was that... Tabby, did you do something? I didn't think I set that noise to anything, but I guess I did. Was it my treat stream? Oh, Tabby. Now I'm wondering why it didn't pop up. Don't know why it's not there, but thank you. Oh, I had it hidden, that's why. That's dumb of you. Aw, Tabby, thank you. Oh, yep, I got it. I got the notification. Aw, thank you. Thankfully, my phone's at 82% and it's next to me, so I'm not gonna miss this. Not gonna miss this one. That means a lot. Thank you. Got a big ol' smile. Hitachi, Tabby bought me a pizza. And this time I have my phone next to me. And I'm using Twitch, so I was able to hear the notification for it. I won't lose this pizza. Thank you. It means a lot. Okay, cool. Well, welcome back, Hitachi. Ooh. Spirit, thank you. No worries, Katashi. I know how it is juggling things. Juggling is very hard. Thank you. Have fun. Fun watching the stream, Dad. Dad Tashi. That's your new name, Dad Tashi. That's what I'm calling you. I mean, you do have the VIP dad status, so... Hey, Spirit. Thanks for hosting. Yeah, it's pretty useful. My name's not really that useful for that. Cam burrito fanatic. I was gonna make burritos. I was thinking about that. And I am doing okay, Spirit. I'm just doing some art. Chatting it up with my viewers. Alright. This guy's pretty cute. I like the little, what do you call it? Like the bags under the eyes. Or like the markings under the eyes. Pretty cute. What's your favorite pizza, Vray? And yes, I am indeed Warrock fanatic. I actually forgot to change my my game to art. It was still on Star Force 3, so I actually changed that like 20 minutes ago or something. Whoopsie. But yeah, let's put that back up. Can't say I'm fond of mushroom. Katashi knows that very well. I only started eating burritos like a few months ago. Only because I found out I can make them actually taste good. For me, what I like to do is I like to put barbecue sauce on cheese pizza. It tastes really good. What's your challenge, Spirit? Oh geez, I don't know if I can do that. Oh gosh. I'd be inclined to do 100% though. and that took me 4 days to do. So I can't. I could try like beating it like without collecting everything, but I know I wouldn't get like speedrunner like levels of fast, just because I don't know all the strats. I don't know how to pull all of them off, but I would like to try that. That does sound interesting. Probably another time though. That might be doable. I might do that sometime actually. I do like myself some Spyro, but like for Spyro 3, I can't pull off some of the tricks. Like there is a speedrun strat where you're jumping onto a surface that you can't normally reach, and you do that by kind of jumping around the edge, and it kind of pushes you up a little bit. I can't pull that one off. I mean, I can, but like not effectively. And then there's another one where you charge into an enemy, and as they're flying off, you jump onto them. I can never pull that off, so I don't know how to do that exactly. But if I could pull those off, I would totally love to try and speedrun Spyro, because I love those games. It is my childhood. I love it. Awesome, and it's great. That's my review of Spyro. Hi, I'm Cam Spyro Fanatic. And Bray, it depends on the size of the pizza. Like a large pizza, I got that like I think the first night I played Reignited actually. So like the 13th, what day was that? That was Tuesday. I think I got a pizza on that day, and I ate the whole thing in that day. Thought I was gonna have leftovers, but no, there were no leftovers. I didn't eat it all at once though, because I was too focused on playing. But I ate it like throughout the night, just like eating a whole slice, and then moving on to continuing the game. Yeah. It also depends on how hungry I am. Like if I'm starving, if I missed a meal or something, then yes, I will definitely eat most or all of the pizza. Oh yeah, medium? That's easy. Medium's easy to... Not sure how I'm gonna do these under eyes, because this eye is kind of touching the muzzle, and that's part of my style. Kind of like really toonish type thing. So doing like facial markings can be an issue sometimes, but I don't give a fuck. Just kind of throws me off sometimes. Maybe it's just this one. Yeah, that works. Oh, I wasn't talking about lighting. I was talking about like face markings. Lighting is a whole nother story. That one's kind of complicated to wrap my mind around sometimes. I've gotten better with it, but yeah. Yeah, I meant like these eye markings. I don't know what to call it, like bags or something. I don't know. I like it though. I like characters with like markings around their eyes. Or not markings, but like circles or something. Eyeshadow? That's the term for it? I guess that works. Doesn't sound like it would be the right term though. This guy has interesting eyes. Has interesting eyes. I've not seen a character like this where their whole, what is it, iris? Or no, sclera? Their whole sclera was a different color than the other. It's interesting. Let's make this a little bit lighter so it's easy to see. Yeah, I think it's cool too. Well, the thing is, not only are the pupils different colors, but so are the sclera. Like this one is white, this one is yellow. You know, I've not encountered a character like that before, so that is really cool, actually. Big ol' circle thing. I'm very good at drawing circles. I draw them all the time. Sam says sarcastically. Nah, that's fine. I can still pull off the iris colors. I just do something like this. Reserve one color, two color. That's easy to pull off. The only thing that makes it difficult is characters with like a very light color on the iris, because it doesn't really show up against the white. I don't really make it like an outline for the eyes. I just kind of make it the same, just like a solid color. So I'm gonna skip this song because that's licensed and I don't want my stream to get muted. Apparently my Spyro stream got muted on one day. I don't know why, and I don't recall ever playing any kind of form of licensed music, because I play on the PS4 using PS4 streaming, so I don't understand how it got muted. Unless like the intro intro theme for Spyro just like I get maybe that song is copyright. I doubt it would though. Like the stream muted. I don't know how. I can't figure out where the audio is coming, where the like the copyrighted music is coming from. Like YouTube has a thing like that where it'll tell you on timestamp what track was playing. But yeah, I don't know how to do it on Twitch. Thank you, Tabby. Together we shall figure it out. Hell yeah, I am. Hey there, Crash. How you doing? Good, good. Trying to figure out what else I have to do to this. I think that's about it. That's it for like the basic colors. Do the shading in a bit. It's because I have that pizza coming because I am really hungry now. I was gonna go make some burritos, but hey. Now I have delicious pizza. Thank you, Tabby. Thank you again. Alright, I'm gonna go cheap and just make a little, what would you call this? A border around this guy, because I think it would look nice. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Nice and pretty. What a pretty puppy. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Crisis averted. Draw the ear fluff a little bit. People like ear fluff, so I've heard. I like video game music. I like electronic, Japanese stuff. I like some Japanese stuff. I'm not really huge on it anymore, but a lot of my music is still Japanese. So there's that. Yeah, I don't really listen to like a lot of quote unquote popular music. Future funk is pretty nice. That's a newer type of music that's been kind of popular recently. But yeah, most of my library on iTunes is just like stuff from video games. So yeah, that's basically my my music type. I have actually never played that game or heard the music. I never thought to listen to it. Should give that a listen sometime. Would you happen to know the composer? I may or may not have heard them before. Heard of them. Okay, draw little face dots on this guy.
It's just too hard to move when you're standing right there. It's just too hard to walk away and leave it like
Sure. You can send the clip over, and I will look at it muted because I'm streaming at the moment, but I will check it out. It's an N64 game, so I have an idea of what the graphics will look like. Plus, I know who the character is, Goemon. But I've not played any other games. This guy's pretty cute. Let's add a little nose shine on him. Oh, one moment. Okay, I'm back. Pizza came. Alright. Pizza arrived. Thank you so much. What are these? Oh wow, they add Parmesan cheese to this. I've never got it in packets before. Oh, cool. I'm gonna go get some barbecue sauce for this because I like to do that. BRB again. Well, thank you. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna continue drawing. I'm almost done with this picture. I just need to add like a shine on it and the signature. And and then I have to shade it too. Yeah, I'm going to put some barbecue sauce on this first. Oh, and my stream's being kind of weird right now. It keeps flashing red and orange. What the kilobytes are. My frames are dropping a little bit. Slather some of this on here. Oh, I'm getting so hungry looking at this. Delicious pizza. Thank you again, Tabby. Very much appreciated. Wait, what? You put Parmesan on your sandwiches? Oh no. Sorry, Tabby. I think it's just my connection's being weird. And yeah, I put barbecue sauce on it. I'm weird, I know. I know my mom would, if I was still living with my mom, she would get kind of upset if I were to buy stuff and not share it with the family. Like, I used to have my own snacks in my room, had them in this like airtight container so that roaches don't get inside them. Yeah. But yeah, like my mom found out that I had like cereal in like bags, and I had like zebra cakes and like just little snacks, you know, chips, stuff like that. And she was getting all pissy because she didn't have like all the money to feed my siblings. She's saying, I let you guys have all these snacks and you hoard all these in your room. And I'm like, to be fair, I stopped eating all their snacks because when I am eating their snacks, I'm eating all their snacks, and I don't want to do that. That's why I bought my own snacks, you know? But that's a family thing, you know? And I'm not living with her anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself as I chew on this pizza. Excuse me, Bray? Cheeseless? A pizza with no cheese? Are you kidding me? Ugh. Tabasco, pickles, and peanut butter. Why would someone make that? That sounds awful. Add some nose shine to this guy. Papa John's is what I have set on my treat stream. If you scroll down to the bottom of my Twitch, you'll see like a little thing that says "Feed the Skunk," and I have it set up on Twitch to it's this thing called Treat Stream. Like you could choose like different places in your area. So I chose Papa John's, and that's my default pizza. Also, Tabby, it's entirely my fault. My internet's screwing up. So sorry that it keeps cutting out. As I'm talking, it keeps going down to 0, so I don't know how much of my words are being heard. So hoping it stops doing this soon. No, it's my internet. I don't know why it's being spotty right now. Yeah, oh my god, this pizza. I was so hungry. Thank you so much, Tabby. Actually, just as you say that, it's now in the green. It's not doing like 3000 kbs, kilobytes per second. I think that's what it means. Yeah, it's doing okay now, so. I'm thinking of making a different BRB food sign. Maybe have one like that drawing of my skunk swooning over pizza or something. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. I have to do that sometime soon because I have like a generic little font. Okay, I'm back for now. I have 3 slices left. Not full yet, but I'm not starving now, so thank you. Let's see. Where's my mouse? Oh, I can get rid of this now. Gonna upload this for the commissioner. See what they think. Also, I realized I've been using like this bluish green for backgrounds a lot lately. Oh, I've been doing that lately. This looks good on some characters. So I have a dragon to draw, but I don't know how to draw him correctly because he has like big old hair and big horns and big ears, and throws me off. The dog keeps sniffing at my back. Oh, its nose is so cold. Stop that. Not eating anymore. I don't have any food on me. I probably smell like food though, so. Hello, hello. Welcome back, Tabby. This is my sketch process. Very sketchy. Dog, what are you doing? Get out from under my desk. I don't have food. See? No food in my hands. Go. dog keeps like messing with my desk. Thinks I have food down there, but there's no food. The food's on my desk, not under my desk. Ugh. Hair is very hard to draw. It's not something I am good at. Yeah, I'm drawing a dragon. Little fluffy dragon boy. I'm a dragon now. It's me. I'm the dragon. That's my dragon laugh. This is looking a lot better than it did the other day when I worked on this. I just noticed on the box it says treat stream on it next to my phone number. However, the description does not fit. If no answer, comma, feel, and then it cuts off. Basecam? I don't know. I've thought about it, but I don't know if I'd want to do that. If no answer, just feel. No, it says it's supposed to say like if no answer, feel free to call or something like that. Because I can't really hear the doorbell, or no, I can't hear any knocking from this room, even with the door open. So calling is the best way to get a hold of me for pizza delivery. But yeah, face cam. I don't know. I'll think about it. I don't really have a good setup here. I'm kind of in the same room with my other two roommates, and like from my room, I don't have a very good connection at all. Like it would be very bad all the time. So Yeah, I mute myself. I make sure I mute myself. I think the only time I didn't mute was last night, like on the final level of Spyro. I was eating something because I was starving, and I think I either did not mute myself or I unmuted myself and then continued chewing without thinking. But I think I picked up like right away. I was like, oops, sorry. Yeah, I don't do the whole chewing thing. I was on the final level. It was not as hard as in the original game, Spyro 3. It has like this really hard skateboarding challenge, and skateboarding is already really hard in Reignited just because the controls kind of suck. It's not programmed correctly, but for some reason I made it first place on my first attempt. So I don't know what's up with that. Either the developers just made that one easy on purpose because they knew it was very hard in the original, or I don't know. Yeah, I finished that like within an hour or something. Maybe 40 minutes. Compared to like 2.5 hours. Like an hour and a half being stuck on the skateboarding challenge. So I was very happy about that. But still, yeah, the skateboarding challenge in Reignited is fucking awful. And I don't blame them. Because I know that Toys for Bob did not have enough time to finish Spyro 3. And that's why they had some other company, I think it's called like Sanzaru or something. They worked on Spyro 3. So there were a lot more bugs than the first two games had. A whole lot more. And the skateboarding is the only thing I really hate about Spyro 3 Reignited. It just doesn't feel good at all. It's awful. But I managed to get all the skill points, all the skateboard related skill points, so hey, there's that. They made most stuff easy, but there are some things that are really hard. Like, oh geez, what's one of them? Like Spyro 2, the second boss battle is actually the hardest for some reason. I don't know why. I was good at skateboarding in Spyro, but real life, nah, man, I can't do that for my life. Alright, let me fix the eyes a little bit. I know how to ripstick. I can ride a ripstick, I can't ride a skateboard though. That looks okay. Roller skating. I'm not really good at it, but I have done it before. It's pretty fun. Hey dog, I don't have any pizza on me. Look, see? My hands are empty. My hands are empty. Little corgi. I only smell like pizza. I know I smell like food. Oh, thank you. Pizza's pretty good. I do like me some pizzas. He keeps like sitting right under where the pizza is. I don't want him sitting there because that's probably where he can smell it the best. Resketch this again. I think I'm getting the hang of this guy's design a little bit. Cats that bark are spooky. They're cursed. They hold a very dark power. Something is off about the muzzle here. But I will get it. Maybe it's the mouth. I'm also like trying to give like the jaw, like make it kind of thicker, like a dragon would be. It'd say a big smile too, so. That would honestly be kind of cute. A little gross, but kind of cute. I need to get better at drawing dragons. I really like cats. Cats are my favorite household animal. However, I don't really want to take care of a cat. However, when I was living with my mom, there was two cats. There was one that my sister had, and then one that we ended up taking in because we found her outside. She was like kind of sick, so we kept her, made her our cat, and it was fun. But you know, sometimes cats don't like to use the litter box all the time, or the sibling that takes care of the cat doesn't always do the litter box, so it kind of gets bad. I don't like dealing with that, you know. Cat stops using the litter box because the other cat's using it. You know where that story's going. At some point, the cat that my sister had, he was going into the bathroom to do his business. So that was kind of a problem. If only there was a way to like train the cats properly so that they know to use the litter box. Because I think it's like an instinct thing. But then once they realize they can use the bathroom anywhere else, then it's kind of like, well, tried, you know. My mom had to get rid of a cat once that that wasn't using the litter box at all. There's a little kitten too. Her name was Buttercup. It was so cute. But my mom couldn't handle the smell of piss everywhere in the kitchen, so I wish I had some friends around here who had cats, because I would love to go over to their house just to pet their cat. In a minute. Dog, are you pooping in here? No, there's something else. Hold up, I'll be right back. I think the dog made a mess in here. Ugh. Alright, I'm back. That was gross. I cleaned it up, I let the dogs out, I wiped the area down, sprayed both the computer room and the hallway with Febreze. I have a fan on right now. I don't know why the dog was left in the computer room with me. Not my dog. It's a new puppy, so I don't know, like, I don't know the dog's body language. I don't know, like, when he's like actually hungry or if he's like trying to tell me, hey, let me out. So I didn't know that he was actually gonna use the restroom in here. Because the other dog they have, a big German Shepherd, he'll just sit next to me and just stare at me. That's kind of how I know that he has to use the restroom or something. Plus the dog's really short. Like, most of the time I don't even see the dog. I just feel him, like, sniffing at my feet. I guess he was trying to tell me that he had to go outside. I thought he was just wanting food. He's very tiny. He's a little corgi. But yeah, that was kind of gross. I think it's something with the hair. The hair is kind of throwing me off. That's what's this. No. I don't want to make it bigger. It's harder to draw characters with big hair, because then it kind of messes up with their head shape, and I can't like figure out like what to make it. Now the fan's on, so I'm freezing. I don't read manga. I'm not really big into anime and manga, but no, not really. I don't really read any. Why do you ask? I can read like a little bit of Japanese, tiny little itty bitty bit. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't read it. I'm actually more into cartoons than I am with anime stuff. Even though I got like a shit ton of Japanese music and can give a bunch of facts on dumb little Japanese puns or whatever. But I can't really like speak it or read it too well. I think this looks okay now. Not too bad. I don't know, anime is just kind of boring to me. All the characters look the same, especially the females. Just not really fun to watch. Plus there's so many tropes that I just hate in anime. Yeah, I'm not well versed in manga. I don't really know a whole lot. Alright, I'll come back to this commission later. It's coming out better, but I want to make it uh, more dragon-like. No, you're fine. Don't feel bad about rambling. Alright, I'm gonna try and draw this wolf man, but like make him better looking. It's not that I don't like reading, it's just I don't do a lot of it. If I sit down with something that's interesting, I'll like it. I just don't really have enough focus, I guess, for reading. Alright, looking at the character again, he is very much a werewolf man. Big, fuzzy wolf. So, definitely more than this kind of cheek fluff. Echo! How are you, Echo? Alright, I'm gonna go heat up my pizza because I want to eat those last slices. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Thank you for keeping the chat warm, Echo. I was freezing, but now I'm nice and warm. I should draw my character as a dragon. He won't have like hair or anything, because that's hard to draw. It'll just be a little dragon. I don't know. I don't know, something like that. This looks like Spyro. I don't know how to draw dragons. I don't know, man. How do you draw a dragon? This looks like a dragon, right? It's very dragon-like. This is how you draw a dragon. This is Cam teaches how to draw a dragon, fanatic. I don't know, man. This is a terrible dragon. Maybe he'll be a fluffy dragon. Oh no, I don't want. Don't give me that. Good night, Bray. Thank you for hanging out while I draw dumb stuff. Nighty night. So I'm weird and I like to eat my pizza crust last because I like to stuff my face with the good stuff and then eat the boring part later. So I have like this whole plate full of crust. Just gonna chew on that delicious crust. You eat the whole pizza in one bite? Oh no. Right. Wanted this gift wrap? Or a gift wrap? There you go. A nice little bow or something. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, this wolf man. There we go. Oh, okay. Alright, Wolfman. Time to make you hot. Banners? Yeah, I could probably do a banner. I don't know, not sure what I would price that at. It depends, like what you want on a banner. That's emotes. I'm not sure about emotes because they are very hard to see on Twitch. I mean, some of these emotes look okay, like that raise emote that you use. Maybe I just have to draw them at a smaller size for them to work. So that's why I'm not really offering any emotes for commission. Yeah, eventually I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll make my own emotes. not sure what kind of fur patterns he actually has based off of one little icon. I would say just keep practicing. Like, I know you don't feel like you like you're improving or like just not doing it as much, but just keep at it. Keep making stuff. Like, if you stop after a while, you kind of lose that momentum, if that makes sense. Like, for me, I was working at Walmart for like a year, and I took a few months of like barely drawing at all, and that kind of messed up my ability to draw at some point. Like, I was like really rusty, wasn't able to draw full bodies, only like headshots, and it took me a while to get back into drawing full bodies because of it. So I would just say, just keep drawing. Don't ever stop drawing. Don't ever stop making music. Just keep yourself motivated to continue on, you know? That makes sense? Yeah, for me it was a lazy thing. Like, I'd come home from work and I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna play Minecraft today. Yeah, it does feel weird to force yourself to draw sometimes, or do music or something. I understand how that is, but as long as you're keeping active every day, you shouldn't have too much of an issue. I don't have any recent examples, but like, I guess this was drawn on a day that I wasn't doing any art at all, so I kind of just drew crap. So, I don't know, just as long as you're drawing something or working on something. Yeah, that's true, Tabby. I'm glad you like the Munchie robot. I made those when I was in like elementary school. I'm actually making a dragon. Although dragons are pretty snake-like, aren't they? Because I am being commissioned to draw another dragon. This one's a little bit more cartoony. Oh, thank you. Alright, I'm determined to draw this dragon tonight. have never had goat meat, or goat milk, or goat anything. I've pet a goat before, though, at a petting zoo. If that counts as anything. I'm kind of running out of things to draw. Kind of like running low on drawing energy at the moment. Honestly, I can't tell crocodiles and alligators apart. I know there's a difference, but I can never tell. There he is. Maybe he's a mix. Even his family doesn't even know. A croc or an alligator. Okay, this is an alligator then. That's right, he's not smiling, so he's not a crocodile. Got it. Yeah, this is a good duo. Alright, give me an idea of something to draw, because I am out of ideas. Don't know what to draw. So, I am basically done drawing at the moment, so... Because I'm out of energy, so... Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll do a stream tomorrow. Thanks for everything, Tabby, and thank you all for watching and keeping me company while I draw. It's all good. No, it's actually getting kind of late, so I'm kind of tired. Plus, like, I don't know, my drawing energy is fickle. It's already run out, so. Alright. See you guys tomorrow.